Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for me to start on a tech talk on digital transformation for banking in 2021, leveraging low-code technology to accelerate customer-facing and operational processes. Well, for this, we're joined by Andrew Fenton, the Chief Sales Officer EMEA and APAC Creatio, joining us. Well, Andrew comes with a 25 years experience in helping clients utilize solutions for their success. From working on customer sites as a consultant and a trusted advisor to trailblazing sales of emerging technologies, Andrew truly relishes the challenge of executing a plan and nurturing the talent to do so. Well, with this, I'd like to humbly welcome on the stage and screen Andrew. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing today?
Very well. Thank you very much for having me, Pavana. Thank you.
So with this, Andrew, the stage and screen is all yours. Please take it forth. Thank you for joining us.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for your time. And I really do mean thank you for sharing your time with me today. This is all about driving innovation, right? This is about building an exciting future for banking with low code. Now, before I dive into depth around what we're doing in Europe to progress digital transformation with low code, I want to step back and introduce Creatio, because we're very proud of our 650 employees, over half of which are dedicated to R&D, which is where we really do get that result in best-in-class platform that we take to market and work with over 700 partners across the globe. And it's great to have the recognition. 12 Gartner and Forrester quadrants and waves here around the portfolio, of which we've got three key elements. We've got our low-code platform. This is drag and drop technology to really empower the business, making sure that there's still work with IT, but not necessarily the dependency that comes with a traditional waterfall model and SaaS application environment. We have our workflow technology around automating processes within industries. So financial services is dedicated from a Creatio point of view for that process automation. And we have our CRM, sales, service, marketing. Now, uniquely, these are woven from our workflow natively. So we really do have a single data model underneath sales, service, and marketing in a unified CRM. And this is really important for unlocking agility. Why is that? Again, using a traditional SaaS application provider, CRM, for example, they will have acquired quite often technologies around marketing or service alongside their sales platform, which means actually they have different data models, and these data models underneath sales, service, and marketing need integrating. The plumbing that comes with this really slows things down, makes things more complex. So this is a really unique platform in terms of low code, drag and drop technology for workflows, for automating processes across your organization and to extend your CRM capabilities. Now, this can be done both within cloud and also, very importantly for financial services, can also be done on premise. So why is this important? What does this mean? Well, in banking, you're very familiar with this. We're in unprecedented times. The disruption across the market coming from, we've always had competition, right? But neo-banking is really changing the dynamics. Customers, such as myself, they're demanding access to services from banking across any channel at any time. And wow, employees, never have this been built into banking strategy in terms of flexible working conditions from home for employees. So there is a huge amount of disruption, unprecedented challenges within the world of banking. And this forces a trend, the technology trends around omni-channel communications that I mentioned, using chatbot technology, whether that's from ourselves or other technologies that really allow the path of a consumer or a retail or a corporate bank to really get what they need without that operational interaction with employees. Touched on business processes and the automation that really go between the systems within an organization to streamline and get those efficiencies. And what goes really well with a no-code platform that allows that automation is around the machine learning that goes with that, and the ability to, rather than having real-time reporting, which even up to this point in time is still through the rearview mirror, it's all about what's happened to get you to this point. What this technology allows you to do is to start predicting, to use leading indicators. So if your KPI is around pipeline and you show that KPI right in real time and it's lower than what you need, you have a problem and you need to do something about it. Using machine learning, using absolute focus on what is the potential of the future, means that you know your call rate is dropping, and therefore you will have an impact on your pipeline, and you have time to do something about it. So you can adapt your business using predictability that comes with this platform that has automated the processes through the various functions within a bank. Now, all of this is done and can be done with no-code configuration. And why is that important? What is the advantage? If I look at a traditional development, particularly financial services, we're very, very familiar with custom development, sometimes thousands of developers within a bank, really focusing on a bespoke system that's absolutely 100% bang on what that bank needs in terms of its requirements. But they take a lot of time and they're very, very costly to maintain, and they'll only give you a competitive advantage for a short amount of time. Packaged applications, SaaS providers are quicker to get up and running, but they are very, very difficult to actually get the unique elements that you need here to get your competitive advantage. Low code from Creatio allows those best of both, where you get the platform up and running very swiftly, and because the business is empowered, because the business is automating the process, because the business is in control of those processes, means that you get ultimate unique requirements met by the business. And this isn't about just going live on day one. Actually, the true value is getting day one quicker, but the true value is around the fact that in a traditional environment, the implementation team that have set up your SaaS have gone on to the next project. That's what they do. They're specialized at implementing SaaS. Another team comes on board to maintain that environment. So on day two, the business needs to continue to change, but the platform itself is being maintained. And a gulf creates over time between the application and where the business needs to go. And this is why projects spin up to try and lessen the gap on a regular basis. But the business is always still needing to continue and move. With a low-code platform where the business is actually controlling and owning this platform, whenever they're changing pace, the platform itself is moving with them. And this provides the agility, this provides the competitive advantage. Now, Creatio, I mentioned, has got its financial services specifics, CRM in terms of sales, service, marketing, with that unique 360 customer view on a single data model. From a front office point of view, account operations, customer onboarding, the wealth management, middle office, all around the underwriting, compliance, and the corporate services, maybe onboarding. All of these workflow technologies provide you the majority of what you need to do, and the business can then tailor that final few percents to make it specific for your bank. Now, taking a couple of examples just to bring these to life. End-to-end journey for a customer, right? It needs to be frictionless. It needs to be absolutely seamless for onboarding, and create that single view that you can then do your create from an upsell and cross-sell perspective. Middle office, right? This is all about improving employee performance through reducing the number of systems that an operative needs to get access to, because you're providing a platform with an automated process to navigate its way through, providing that next best action that's critical for keeping efficiency. Compliance is a wonderful example. Again, the process is known best from a regulation point of view, from a compliance point of view by the business. And in a traditional model, they need to explain to an IT consultant who needs to interpret what they're saying and then ensure that the technical staff implement that interpretation. Whereas with no code and process that is owned by the business, they're dragging and dropping this technology to allow them, and they know, because they know best, they know that they've got the compliance and the flow that goes with it because they're in control. So this is all about empowering the business. Now, we've got lots of customers that I can talk about, and there's one in particular that I think is very apt for this talk track. This is OTP Bank. OTP Bank had a very strong strategy of branch personalization of consumers, whether that's from a retail or from a corporate point of view, entering the branch and having a very personal interaction. No online presence, all about personalization within branch, which was working well for the bank until obviously COVID hit, and the branches being closed meant that they needed to get very agile very quickly, and they turned to Creatio to help get them online in a matter of months, having no strategy online, to getting full customer onboarding, full know your customer process, all of the integrations that go with that in terms of the documents, in terms of credit checks externally, in terms of all of the integrations internally, to get a lending online within months. They went from no online presence to actually beating the market through this agile approach of using low code. I don't think there's a better example out there of a faster time to yes from no online presence, a real game changer, utilizing the technology owned by the business. So that's what I wanted to talk through with you. I really appreciate your time. And I don't know whether we have some time for some questions or where we are in the agenda. So thank you very much. I'll pause here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Andrew, for your valuable time at the World CX Summit FSI ASEAN. We definitely urge all our attendees to connect with you and your company personally. And thank you once again for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.